Trees are wiser than humans. I know today's topic sounds unusual. We'll talk about how Mother Nature's beings such as trees are wiser than us humans and how to learn from it. Hi, it's Ella with joyfulnewlife.com. I help people discover the best version of themselves in a joyful life that begins with just a small step at a time. I spend majority of my time either hiking, sitting on my porch while working on my computer, reading or writing, or just I spend time walking outside on the trails. I was dreaming about a beach house not that long ago because I love the ocean, especially when it's not too hot. But the older I get, the more I know that I love trees. I love being surrounded by them. I guess I'm blessed to live in Metro Atlanta with its reputation of city in a forest or tree heaven due to its abundance of trees. Trees have amazing healing energies. Trees, like all living beings, have a specific energy frequency, vibration. Their frequency is slower, more patient, deeper than most living creatures. And people who are in a hurry on this, hamster wheel of life, they don't even notice trees exist. They don't care about it. Actually, trees for them are disturbing. I mean, come on. In the fall, there is a constant raking or blowing the leaves, the stupid acorns that have to be picked up because it seems like it's a million of them falling down each day. Not to mention branches falling off the trees every time it rains or it's just a bit more windy. And those roots that destroy sidewalks or driveways. In the spring, all that pollen producing yellow dust everywhere. Ew. Or people are saying, ooh, look at that tree. It's swaying. Ooh, it's swaying too close, so let's chop it. So much better. No more cleaning up the tree's droppings, right? If only people could slow down, they could learn from trees' wisdom. Trees ground divine light into physical world that we live in. They are vessel of sacred earth energy. They receive and distribute energy from sun, from earth, water, and minerals. Trees have a long history, and they are included in religions, in spirituality, in healing, sacred ceremonies. It all starts with many mythological stories around the globe that have stories of the world or cosmic tree. The roots represent the underworld, the trunk is the earth, and the branches of the tree represent heavens. Bible mentions trees as in the tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Buddhism has connection to the Bodhi tree, where Buddha have reached enlightenment, as he sat underneath it and meditated. Druids practice worship among sacred groves of trees. The Kabbalists recognize the 15th of the month of Aquarius. That's a day known as Tu Shivat, as the birthday of the tree. It's like a 24-hour window in time in which the tree receives their energy for the entire year, whether they will grow and whether fruits will grow for them. I love to stare at the top of the tree where I can see the aura. And trees produce amazing auras around them, and how to learn it is it's pretty easy. You look at the top of the tree, you focus on its top for just a little bit. Some people it takes a few seconds, for some up to 2 minutes, and then slowly move your gaze. Slowly move your eyes upwards and a little bit to your right, and you will see the glow around the tree. That's the tree's aura. Have you ever wondered how can almighty oak grow from a small acorn, or a delicious apple tree from this tiny, teeny apple seed? Seeds and acorns, they trust in their purpose and destiny. Their parent tree doesn't go around saying, gee, I wonder what will become of him or her. Will he grow up to be as strong as me? Will he know how to live and get resources and survive? And the seed doesn't think of himself, ooh, I wonder who should I be in life? Let me think. Should I be an oak? Should I be a willow? Or maybe I'll become a coconut tree. What if I choose wrong? What if the squirrel, birds, and other animals don't like me? What if they climb that other tree, that one over there? They have better branches. Ridiculous, right? It sounds ridiculous. But we humans do just that. Parents hover over their kids, doing things and excuses for them. Parents worry that kids will not be able to thrive on their own. Humans push their children to be someone that they are not. They live vicariously through their children's activities. It's like, I'm an old apple tree, only in bloom once a year. But I always wanted to be a spruce. Let Johnny be a spruce. He will be evergreen. No. Or there are other kinds of parents. They are neglecting their children, being disappointed what they turn out to be, that they are different than the parents expected. They always criticize, give conditional love. Imagine tree doing that. I told you to grow straight up. Don't bend to catch more sunlight. Fine, have it your way. I renounce you. You on your own. Don't touch my roots. Get out of my face. Find your own space. Trees know what they are going to be. The acorn is going to become an oak. The apple seed will become an apple tree, and the spruce cone will become an evergreen, a spruce tree. But are they going to be a spitting image of their parent tree? No. Each tree is unique, different than the other tree. Each tree, its own creation. No two trees are exactly the same. And also some seeds fall on a more nutrient-rich soil, so they grow stronger, taller, and faster. And some of the seeds fall on the soil that have huge boulders of rocks deep in the soil, so the roots need to struggle to find a way downwards to ground properly. Also, no matter how many trees and how thick is the forest, trees don't fight among themselves for resources like sun rays, water, minerals, earth. You don't hear one tree advising the other, oh, just push him out of your way, stamp on him, don't let him get the sun so she won't grow nearly as tall as you. Oh, where do you think you're going with those roots? Not on my watch, sister. I was here first. Yet humans do that all the time. We compete with each other. Oftentimes we're sabotaging others or pulling the rug from underneath them. It's me or them. Me against them. If she wins, that means I lose. If he's doing better, it means I'm doing worse, so it makes me feel inferior. It's not fair. When you observe the trees, even in the thickest forest, as I oftentimes see when I hike in the mountains, there's no competing. There's no competition. They all grow in harmony. The small trees, they are right next to the giants. Each of the leaves on each tree is facing the nourishing energy of the sun. And in the bottom of the forest grow smaller shrubs, bushes, and plants that don't need nearly as much sun. There is a harmony and balance. Some trees look like they're in the middle of a dance. The branches, they're perfectly entangled and they're growing toward the sky. You can feel that balance and harmony, that peace, serenity, as you take a walk in the forest or sit down under a tree. Have you ever noticed the joyful laughter of kids climbing a tree or enjoying their endless time in a treehouse? Children know. They are smart. They are drawn to trees and they climb them. I remember as a child, together with my sister, we had to find a way to climb every tree we could. Sometimes we would climb it and then we were afraid to get down. Or we would rip our clothes and our mom would yell at us. I don't remember exactly. I think we were like 5 or 6 years old. when our mom would dress us for the church in pretty new dresses and the white tights. And before she could put her own clothes on, my sister would already be on the top of the tree. And I would be on the ground, torn what to do. Follow her to our world of being on the highest, or suffer punishment from our parents from dirtying or destroying my church's clothes. Oh, when you are up there, high in the tree, that feeling of freedom, like you are above the world, looking down on small people walking on the ground. They are appearing so small. My daughter also loved to climb trees. She even named her favorite magnolia trees that she was climbing on. I think her name was Maggie. She would tell me she's going to visit Maggie when I was unloading groceries. Sometimes she would be so small up there, looking like a little monkey amongst the branches. Trees take so little and give so much. They provide us with oxygen and shade. They are shelter and habitat for animals. They provide us with fruits and wood to build houses, furniture, the firewood to warm us up in the cold night, or to sit around the bonfire with our friends telling stories or singing. We use the branches to create wood chips to fertilize the soil, or create that weed barrier or walking path in places that get muddy during the rain. Even when trees die and fall down, they are amazing habitat and fertilizer for future trees and other forms of life. Trees' nature is in giving. And what is our human nature? Giving or taking? How long can a human take and take and take without depleting resources? We think we own this world. We think we are above others. We take from others. We demand more of everything. We are never satisfied with what is, what we are, do, or have. And some humans don't give others room to breathe. They're always controlling, demanding, and squashing other souls. Some humans are not stable like trees. They create chaos and pain wherever they are. They can't be trusted. You can't depend on them. You cannot lean on them temporarily when you are in need. They are people who can't be of any kind of habitable beings. They are making their own life and the life of others around them toxic. And majority forget what fruits they are bearing to give to the world. By fruits, I mean their talents, their skills, their abilities, their knowledge, their wisdom. They give just a bare minimum, keeping the rest to themselves, or not sharing their fruits with the rest of the world, just doing a job that they're not supposed to be doing. Can you imagine a tree saying, "You can have 10 of my apples, but no more. The rest stays, even if it means that they are rotting on the ground beneath me"? No. Can you imagine a tree turning all branches the opposite way when you're trying to hide from a scorching sun? Learn from trees. Give more. Give your fruits to make the world a better place. Whatever your fruits are, share it. Share your talents and skills with the world. You received those talents, those skills, those abilities, that knowledge from your Creator, from God, from universe. Not to hoard it and to let it rotten, but to expand it beyond yourself. Anne Frank, one of the most discussed, most spoke of, a Jewish victim of the Holocaust, said, "No one has ever become poor by giving." And I also like that quote by Harriet Jackson Brown Jr., a best-selling author known for his inspirational book, Life's Little Instruction Book. He said, "Remember that the happiest people are not those getting more, but those giving more." Have you noticed how happy and good you feel about yourself when you help others with something they need? And it's just easy for you to do. Or you give them something, even a small gesture, a smile, a tiny thing, words of encouragement. The more you give, the more you receive. And it starts with giving, not receiving. This is the law of universe. When you need something the most, that is the best time to give the most. What do you need at this moment? Do you need more money? More help? More love? More understanding? More health? Whatever it is, go out there and give those things you need to others who are in need. And the universe will pay you back. The universe is like the best bank. It gives the biggest return on your investments. If you give $100 worth of something, and I'm not only talking money, I'm talking anything else, about 120, 125 will come back to you. And sometimes it's not in the form of the money, but it's equivalent. I noticed that every time I give for a charity of my choice, and that includes, of course, many needs of a teenager, I receive a rebate. My insurance premium goes down. My client requests something extra that brings in more income. The hospital sends in check because I overpaid a year ago. Or my escrow has access of funds. Or my retirement funds grow significantly. When I show love and support toward others and do something without expecting anything in return, I am showered with love, dependable friendship, surprised help. When I pick up a piece of trash when I walk that someone else threw there, I don't have to do that, right? But I do anyways. And I always receive something unexpected from others. Or others do something really nice for me. So be like a tree and learn how to give. Give unconditionally. Give so others won't even know where it came from and that you did it. Give with no expectation of receiving anything back. And you will open a door to more prosperity and abundance that you have ever dreamed of. When the hard work of growing the fruits, the acorn, the cones, the seeds of any kind, of all kinds, is over, they fall down or they are picked by humans or animals. The tree doesn't protest. Hey, that's mine. Don't you dare use those fruits of my labor. Hey, you. Where do you think you're going with my apples? No. The tree knows that the harvest time arrived. They are happy that their hard work is being multiplied, shared, spread. And when the various seeds fall on a ready soil, that seed doesn't think to itself, damn it, I fell too close to the rocks. Now how am I going to grow here? Oh, that's it. Over there. He fell on such a good place. No rocks for him. He'll grow just fine. And me? Look at me. How poor I am. I'll just get so depressed because it's unfair. I refuse to grow. Or you don't see a tree crying with a deer that when the deer eats the fruit and walks away, the tree trusts and knows the circle of life. The deer will digest the food as it runs across the land, and the deer's body will eliminate, and that seed will fall onto a new area where they will thrive. We humans are so fearful of all of that. We're making excuses why we are failing in life, why this person has everything and we have nothing. We complain about unfairness of life's conditions. We explain to others and to ourselves why we are stuck, why we are not growing, why are we poor, why are we sick and unwell, why no one loves us, why we are alone. We humans don't want to let our children go and do what is best for them. We want them close. We want them to do what we told them that they should do. We say, you should be a doctor. Oh, you need to take over the family business. Or, I'm shocked how you're raising your kids. It's so different from me. Or, I don't approve of this young man that you're dating. Why did you choose to move across the country? And on and on. I mean, parents can just complain about everything that kids do. We don't own our children. I want to share with you this beautiful poem titled On Children, written by Khalil Gibran. Here's the poem. And a woman who held a babe against her bosom said, "Speak to us of children." And he said, "Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you, yet they belong not to you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls, for their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. You may strive to be like them, but seek not to make them like you. For life goes not backward, nor tarries with yesterday. You are the bows from which your children, as living arrows, are sent forth. The archer seeks the mark up the path of the infinite, and he bends you with his might that his arrow may go swift and far. Let your bending in the archer's hand be for gladness, for even as he loves the arrow that flies, so he loves also the bow that is stable. Another point I want to make: trees don't freak out when the leaves start to fall. They don't go, I'm losing it, I'm dying, it's over, it's all gone, I'm lost, this is it, this is the end. Imagine that. Every fall we would hear crying, lamenting, and sorrowful mourning of millions of trees. You would walk outside and you would hear sobbing, oh, my leaves, somebody do something, it's over for me. Imagine then committing suicide or falling into a depression. Can you imagine trees picking up the fallen leaves and gluing them back on their branches? While I'm at it, let me use the super glue, the Gorilla Glue. It holds better. It's ridiculous. Yet we humans have a terrible understanding of loss, of endings and death. Either it's figurative or actual. We only think we need to grow upwards, accumulate constantly, more and more, with no periods of losses, just gains. It is not natural to grow and gain constantly. I want you to imagine if you kept every item that you have ever bought or received as a gift, everything from infancy until now, how big your house or storage would need to be by now. And I am talking everything, all clothes, furniture, cars, office supplies, kitchen stuff, even the broken and destroyed things. Nothing goes, everything stays your whole life with you. And then you are walking through this enormous mountain of crap, scratching your head and looking for weeks, months, years even, for a razor that you bought in Target in Tampa back in 1985. I guess you could catalog everything by categories and dates, but your catalog would be bigger than the size of an average office, and it would still take you forever to comb through all that stuff to find anything. And same goes with people. Imagine you kept all the people you met in your life. Imagine that all of them stand in your backyard. The good people, the bad people, anybody. And in your bedroom, you would keep all the people that you had crushed on. All your ex-boyfriends, all the people you went out for dates, all your ex-husbands, and so on. You couldn't do it, right? It's ridiculous. It sounds ridiculous. You need to understand that things and people come and go. That is the flow of life. Everything serves its purpose at a certain time and then must be released to make space for new experiences. Same happens with relationships with other people. They come into your life because they are serving a specific purpose. They are all, and I repeat, all essential to your soul's growth and expansion. That waiter that messed up your order not once but twice and pissed you off. That friend that betrayed or hurt your feelings and you no longer want to see her face, ever. You use the B word describing her, right? That sweet boyfriend or husband with whom you felt safe and loved and amazing, but the relationship ended for one reason or the other, and it's been years and you're still not letting it go. Some of your relationships are broken no matter how much you try to fix it. It's not working anymore. And it is as ridiculous to glue it back together as it is ridiculous for the tree to glue back the fallen leaves. Those people were never a mistake in your life. There was never an incident or accident that they were placed in your life. They came in and they served their purpose, and now they have fallen off your life. Just like the leaves fall off the branches. Let them go. Embrace the pain or relief, those that are gone. Accept the loss, because loss, endings, and death is a natural part of life. Some people stay with us for our lifetime. Others come and go. Others show up for a minute, a month, few years. We all have soul contracts with each other. Each person is a teacher for another person. Accept it. Move on. Let go. Make space for the new experiences. Do not stagnate the energy, because energy must flow. And trees know it. They don't mourn the fallen trees. Oh, but this leaf is my favorite. Can I keep it through the winter? No. Trees know that the winter is a quiet time to go deeply within, to be patient, to wait for spring. There is a beauty in the winter. After it seems like everything has been lost, it's cold. The eerie wind howls through the naked branches. The branches are so frozen, so rigid. They're not flexible. They don't move with the wind. The weak ones fall down on the ground. But the tree doesn't mind. The tree knows that the weak branches cannot hold the blossoms of the next season. It's okay. Yet we humans don't understand and tend to hold on to everything that we are, do, or have. What worked for you before no longer applies to you after your recent experiences of that particular season in your life. Maybe you depended on your spouse or a friend to be doing something for you because you were afraid to do it yourself. Or you thought yourself of being incapable of doing it alone. But that spouse or friend, by their actions, forced you to face yourself and do it alone. And you were pissed at them at first. But you learned that dependency on others no longer applies to you. You let that branch go. It's weak and it no longer applies to you. Maybe you were gullible and believed that others cared about you, had your best interests in their hearts, loved you unconditionally, but you noticed that you were naive, wanted to believe in lies. You lied to yourself to protect your ego, but you learn that this no longer applies to you. You're no longer naive. I don't know, maybe you were stealing. No big deal, it's just a small stuff, cost maybe a couple of cents. No one will ever notice it's missing. Really, no harm done. Or, hey dude, I gotta run. Will you clock me out in like about an hour? I need overtime money. But with the time, you grew stressed. What if someone saw me? What if they found out? They say karma is a B word, right? So does it mean that someone will steal from me now? Now you know that you're no longer interested in stealing and cheating, lying, whatever. You're an honest person. Let that branch of you fall down and don't think of it anymore. Let it go. This is not who you are anymore. Maybe you gossiped. You were a queen or a king of spreading the rumors, true facts, or maybe you missed the vital facts and interpreted the information the wrong way and passed it to others. Maybe you hurt others' reputation, you judged them, you blamed them. Now you see your mistake, your weaknesses, and you know that you're no longer that person. Let that weakness fall on the ground. There is no more place for it on your trunk going forward. The same applies to every addictive behavior. And I'm not just talking substance abuse, okay? All your bad behaviors, all your compulsive behaviors, all your obsessions, all your downfalls. Once you realize it serves no good purpose, Let those weak branches fall down and be that no more. And when the spring comes, with the trees, the small buds begin to bloom, and the tree just blossoms and grows again. The tree trusts in nature. The tree knows that no winter lasts forever. Yet we humans don't trust that things will get better. We use phrases like, I hope, but, or, no, maybe it's true for others, but not for me. I tried it already, it doesn't work. It makes no sense. I'm a loser. I'm a failure. I'll never be able to rebuild. I'll never trust again. Or how can I love again? It's gloom and doom for you after you experience the hurt, the pain, the loss, the death of your loved one. And I've read it in the 23rd verse of Tao Te Ching. There's this quote, and I'm going to read it for you. Fierce winds do not blow all morning. A downpour of rain does not last all day. In other words, no storm can last forever, and so it is the same with your losses. The end is nothing else but the beginning of something new, something else. Do not try to force something that isn't working anymore. Something or someone that doesn't serve your highest purpose anymore. Don't try to hold on to your old habits that no longer resonate with you. Let it all go. Make place for new experiences. Learn from the tree. Have trust. Know the best is yet to come. I saw this pillow with stitched saying in it, grow old with me, the best is yet to be. So grow old with your spirit, because no matter the storm of your lives, have trust that the best is yet to be for you. So go outside and follow the hippie's advice to go hug a tree. You don't have to hug a tree if you don't want to, but just by coming into contact with trees or be near them, you will pick up the healing vibrations, whether you are consciously aware of it or not. And you begin to resonate with the tree's energy, and you become more centered and grounded. So that is all for today. Thank you so much for your time. This is Ella Badura. And for more information, go to joyfulnewlife.com. I see you soon. Bye.